Alright, we are now in part 11 of our playthrough of Walden in the early fall of our second year. Have some food, clothing at home. We started out in our home in Concord. In order that we could run next door and check the post office as well. So we've done all the odd jobs that we're going to have. It looks like we do have 2 letters waiting for us.
Dear Thoreau, do not scold me for publishing a part of your last private letter to me in the morning paper. It will do readers a great good to learn of your experiment. What do you think of following out your line of thought in a lecture on your experiment? Should you wish to speak in Boston on such a topic, you would need to appear in a fashionable suit. I do not know what you wear about in the woods these days. I can promise a fee of no less than $20 for the appearance.
Holy
Yours
cow.
sincerely, Horace Greeley.
So if we go lecture in Boston, we'll get paid $20. We're going to have to buy a fashionable suit to do it in, though.
Many thanks, Mr. Thoreau. I write to inform you that Dr. Agassiz has completed work on his monumental text, Contributions to the Natural History of the United States. It is an epic work, the fruit of vast and heroic labors, with many colored plates showing the various species that Dr. Agassiz has collected. Dr. Agassiz wishes me to inform you that he has included an acknowledgement of your various contributions, which reads as such: In New England, I have myself collected largely, but I have also received valuable contributions from Mr. Henry D. Thoreau of Concord. I trust you will be satisfied to know the outcome of your efforts is of such note. Sincerely, James Elliott Cabot, Assistant to Dr. Agassiz, Harvard University.
Nice conclusion to that storyline. And,
Good to see you, Henry.
well, here we are. We have to buy a suit, and we have to collect our lecture notes at our parents' house. We do not have an option here. If we're going to lecture in Boston, we have to wear a fancy dress suit. So we've got to go to the store. We've got to look at our clothing list here. Oh my god, the fashionable suit costs $21. There is a lesson here. The fashionable suit costs $1 more than I'm even going to make from lecturing in Boston. So, ouch, right? It would be nice if we could actually make that $20 and bump us up above $100. We're actually going to lose $1 in this endeavor, but here we go. There's our fashionable suit. Go over and collect our lecture notes. So I'm $1 in the hole for this for this lecture. Not a fan. All right. We gotta mail these notes to Greeley, the post office. Alright, some applause. Nice, very nice. And, yeah, so we got the trophy, the gold trophy for published author just now. Nice to hear a little applause. And let's see what our funds are now. After that, we're at $74.50. So yeah, it'll net you a trophy, and it technically, I believe it finishes out the publication storyline, but you're actually losing $1 at the end there. All because of the stupid fashionable suit we had to buy. So, in order to get to our $100, we're still going to have to do quite a lot of work. We should be making the $20 from the lecture once the reply from Greeley comes in the mail. Hasn't yet. We're going to have to wait at least a day for that. we should be able to get paid for that as well. I hope we get the full $20. Maybe it'll turn out to be even more than $20. I doubt it, but watch Greeley be like, well, and then I had to take out my expenses as well, and there's an arrowhead over here.
The greater part of what my neighbors call good I believe in my soul to be bad, and if I repent of anything, it is very likely to be my good behavior. What demon possessed me that I behaved so well?
Looks like dogwood over here. Yeah. What are these along the side here? Oh, it's the pasture rose, but it's not yet opened into flower. Well, this is fall, right? So I'm not sure what stage it's at. If the flowers died or are they budding? Not exactly sure. Lovely sound of thunder. Alright, so we don't have much left on our to-do list. I'm going to just take a quick peek at the trophy list and see what remains. On the achievement side of things. Give me just a moment here while I do that, and we'll let some of the day pass by. So hopefully our payment will come in the mail. Okay, so if you are interested in collecting the achievements associated with this game, I'm going to run down the list and we'll talk about all the ones that I've already earned and how, and which ones are still remaining for this playthrough. It looks like there are only 3 left. So let's see, first we have Abolitionist, so that was for completing all of Alcott's deliveries. Then we have Hermit, which you'll need to play through the entire first year of the game without ever going into town. Naturalist was completing all of Dr. Agassi's specimens, so get that, you know, as we just did with his final letter of acknowledgement, but you'll have to do all 3 stages of that, the fishes, then the mammals, and then the turtle eggs. The published author we just earned, so you'll have to go through mailing all of the manuscripts to Greeley each time, taking them over to the post office, sending them out, and then of course at the end buying that suit as well. If you never buy anything from the general store in the first year of your playthrough, you'll get the Self-Reliant trophy. We would have gotten that because we technically did not buy anything from the general store until we bought this suit, which was after our first year, so that would still have counted. The Surveyor trophy we also just earned, in this second year of the game. You just have to complete all of the surveying jobs. You'll pick up each one in the post office on the board, the notice board, and then go complete it out on the map where the $sign appears. We still have to complete Walden Millionaire, which is earning $100, and as I said, we're going to have to go a bit higher than 100 before it will trigger. Now, once it does, we'll do some other trophies with that money. The Good Friend trophy came from easing Emerson's grief by collecting young Waldo's toys after his death, so that's something you can do every time you go to the house for money. But during midwinter, I believe it is, when the Arrowhead, talks about Waldo's death, then they'll get the Good Friend trophy for picking them up one last time. We have not yet earned the Good Son trophy for helping our family to pay the bills, pay your father's bills, so we'll do that with the cash once we get above $100. The Journal Keeper trophy I mentioned was 100 objects recorded in your journal. Pretty easy to get in a normal playthrough. the poet trophy we earned when we found all of Sophia's riddles during our first year. You can get a trophy called Scrooge if you skip visiting during early winter your house and opening your Christmas presents. So I've gotten that on a previous playthrough. Don't go home, or if you do go home, don't open the presents under the tree. We still have to complete Sojourner, which is walking 50 miles, and we have to get Taxpayer, which is paying those back taxes. I'm not sure if you do pay your taxes before you pick up the arrowhead on the ground that jails you, whether or not that whole thing will still happen. But it's an interesting question. Transcendentalist trophy is for finding all of Emerson's books, which we did. The Activist is when you do trigger that arrowhead that puts you in jail, you'll get that one. Archaeologist is just for finding 20 arrowheads, which we've surpassed many times over. Bean Farmer, harvest 20 bean plants, so really just one growing season should be enough for that one. Carpenter, nail 20 boards. Again, we've done that one many times over. Fisherman, caught 20 fish. I don't know if we exactly met that when we were fishing for Agassiz, but you can certainly keep fishing for food, or just to get the 20 for this achievement. Forager is picking 20 edible plants, which I feel like you do every day in the game. Sailor is for taking 20 boat rides, which is a grind. Those boat rides take forever, and this is probably my least favorite of all of the achievements. Saunter we did earn for walking 20 miles, part of the way through our first year playthrough. So I know that we're at least, past 20 miles. I would say we're past 25 at this point, so we're well more than halfway to our Sojourner trophy. The best way to earn Sojourner is to really take advantage of the winter season when you can move around on the lake and you move quite a bit faster because you're, skating. So you can knock out a lot of distance traveled on the ice for that. Second Summer is just for beginning a second year in the woods, which we would have gotten. Tailor is for mending 20 seams. Again, we've done 20 many times over. Townie, I just mentioned recently that we got that one for spending a cumulative hour in town. So every time you visit town, you're adding to that clock. And then Woodchopper, finally, for chopping 20 logs. So, again, we've done that one many times over. So some of these are really easy, some of them are a bit more of a challenge. So all that remains for me in this particular playthrough is to walk our 50 miles, earn over $100, pay our taxes, and support my family by paying their bills. So, the day is coming to an end here. I wanted to, check the mail when we get a chance in Concord. To see if we can get paid for our Boston lecture. But while we're waiting for the day to end, just gonna stop in here at Emerson's house and earn a little bit of money. We're getting 3 cents for every nail. And just like at the cabin, it's convenient because you will get tired frequently if you're spamming, working on Emerson's house, but you can run in and there's a fire here.
Hello.
I will tire out faster though with with my house and my food in the red. This is the way you can earn some money. That puts us $75.04. So in my previous playthrough, I was not able to earn the Walden Millionaire until I had passed my second winter at the pond and was able to put in a final patch of beans. When I was finally harvesting all of those beans, that's when the Walden Millionaire popped for me. But everybody has different stories about how and when exactly, what value they were at when it finally worked for them. Alright, our journal. And we'll wake in Concord again. Get some food. That's helpful. Does not look like we got any letters, after all. Whoa. Not sure what I just saw sort of out of the corner of my eye there as I was running by, but... Alright. This guy is magical.
Hello.
Just appears out here in the wood. I could have swear I just saw you in the house, man.
It is an interesting question how far men would retain their relative rank if they were divested of their clothes. Could you, in such a case, tell surely of any company of civilized men which belong to the most respected class? I watch the passage of the morning cars with the same feeling that I do the rising of the sun, which is hardly more regular. Their train of clouds stretching far behind and rising higher and higher, going to heaven while the cars are going to Boston.
I think that's our first time ever seeing the train. We've been on the tracks many times, but not actually seen the train. We've heard it many times too.
Individuals, like nations, must have suitable broad and natural boundaries, even a considerable neutral ground between them. I have found it a singular luxury to talk across the pond to a companion on the opposite side.
That is also the first time I have ever seen another person here on Walden Pond. I did not know. I've never seen that arrowhead, and I didn't know that even in a sort of cutscene that you would ever have a person depicted at the pond here. Interesting. Trees are all turning their fall colors again now that we're in autumn. Bird's foot violet along the side of the road. I just think about all the arrowheads that are probably scattered throughout the map in places that I just can't venture. I don't have the ability to venture quick enough to catch.
The pond was my well-ready dug. For 4 months in the year, its water is as cold as it is pure at all times, and I think that it is then as good as any, if not the best, in the town.
We've seen the mallard female a couple times, but now here's the male. This is a pond where, like I said, you can catch the mink often. And look at that. There he is. Let's see where we are. Yeah, this one just adds to our store, so the only place that you can chop logs and earn money is on the wood lot where all the trees are chopped down out on kind of the eastern side of the pond. There's the female going by. I think honestly we could have had a second 1, 2, 3 with early autumn. I think we could have just had enough time to plant a second crop of beans between early and late fall. So technically we could have gotten that Walden millionaire without waiting past the winter. But I think we're going to need winter regardless for in order to be able to travel far enough and fast enough on the pond to get 50 miles.
In the fall, the loon came, as usual,
Oh, hey.
to molt and bathe in the pond, making the woods ring with his wild laughter. When I went to get a pail of water early in the morning, I frequently saw this stately bird sailing out of my cove within a few rods.
Love the sound of the loon. He dives underwater and is gone, but we've added loon to our species list. And I'm curious if you've played. I would love for you to reach out and let me know what animals you found that I have not, or plants. Okay, so I don't remember this, but that's a nice touch that we've, as we purchase things from the general store, of course, they'll adorn our house, and this is a fancy suit we had to buy for that lecture, with its top hat and all. Wow. Man, the house really needs some repair. Looking better now. I wonder how long it takes before Greeley's gonna send me my paycheck. Hopefully, we'll wake up tomorrow in Concord, check the mail again, we'll see if we get lucky. Alright. House is fully patched up. Yeah, I wish I knew of like a regular roost where birds came. You know, I know that the perch of the house there is a good place for the blue jay to land, but I wish there was a place where I could keep an eye out for birds more. So, as you go through the game, you know, how do you feel that you are doing with, you know, recognizing trees by sight? Sweet pignut hickory, we can see the nuts. And, I believe those are compound leaves. This one is a spruce. No, it's a hemlock, eastern hemlock. I didn't know we had one so close. A more perfect hemlock than usual, standing like a pagoda in the midst of the woods. These were the shrines I visited both summer and winter. It has those shorter needles like the spruce. Hemlocks, if I recall right, have flatter needles and not as round as the spruce. We've got the pitch pine. We also have white pines somewhere out here. Yeah, there's one. So hemlock, spruce, pitch pine, white pine. Those are our four conifers that we encountered. We had the red maple, we had the white oak, we had white and black birches. This was our creeping juniper. We see these catkins, that was a sign it was our black birch. And then our white birch, similar shaped and colored leaves, but we can tell with the white bark, even on the younger trees, especially on the older ones, you know, this really white color. Our early goldenrod. Well, sometimes it'll look at anything but what you're trying to look at. But yeah, our goldenrod was there. What species are you most interested in? I'd love to hear from you. What are the most exciting finds you found? You know, most surprising things
Henry,
in the game?
there you are.
Hello.
There certainly can be some aggravations in the game, and it will test your patience at times, but then I feel like that's rewarded when you are able to find something that really means something to you. The experience of, you know, a hummingbird flashing into view, the sound of the thunder. I mean, they're simple pleasures, but they're deeply important pleasures to me. Things that we tend to be too busy and too distracted to notice most of the time. Alright, we're going to be back to the post office in the morning. We'll sleep overnight at home here. And hope we get paid. Alright, our journal entries. Okay. We'll wake where we are. This will be the final day of early fall. Just jot a quick note here. And let's see, yeah, we didn't add any new species at all last episode in the late summer, but we did encounter the loon, which we had not seen at all in our first playthrough in this season. Hey, we got lucky. There's a letter for us waiting.
Friend Thorough, please find
There's our $20.
$20 for your inspiring lecture. I was extremely happy to be able to share your way of thinking with those who attended. I feel certain to be able to place more manuscripts now and encourage you to keep up your work on the book and to send me all the sections as you are able. I am traveling for several months to come, in case you do not hear from me. Do not fear that I have forgotten your business. Yours sincerely, Horace Greeley.
Alright, well, we're not going to hear from Horace again, it sounds like. You do get the published author trophy as soon as you give the lecture in Boston, which is what that's really for. But if you want to get paid the money, you're going to have to come back and find that letter. So now we're back at $95.04. And we should only need to earn, less than $5 to get the Walden Millionaire. But as I said, you're going to have to go significantly over it to unlock that. I've had to go so far as I was at $11 or $12 over 100, and it still wasn't unlocking for me for a while. So, as I said, what usually triggers it for me is the next time I have a chance to plant beans. And in this case, we don't have enough time left in the fall to harvest them before the freeze happens. This, as far as I know, I don't think the game will allow you to grow in the middle of winter. But yeah, all that remains will be to earn the $100, pay off the taxes and family bills, and walk 50 miles to get a platinum trophy for this game on PlayStation. I enjoy the achievements and trophies, like little, just things that help you explore a little bit more of the game than you normally would, and give you some sense of, like, especially in an experience like Walden, give you some sense of more of like a gaming achievement kind of feeling. And sometimes achievements can just be obnoxious and redundant, and other times, they can get you to play parts of the game that you would otherwise miss. So every developer does better or worse with game achievements, and I know that's a whole discussion of their value or lack of value, but it's something I've always enjoyed. It's added value to games for me. So again, we're adding 3 cents for every bit of work we do here, bringing this up to $95.88.
Good afternoon.
We are short on food and fuel, so we should take care of those as well. think it's too late in the autumn to gather blueberries. Those have all turned red. I don't know if there's a good source of food near Emerson's house or not, to be honest with you. Can't go back there. Oh, there goes a mouse. I believe one thing we could add to our list, actually, that we have not yet encountered, were the apples, and I think autumn is a good time to gather them, so let's walk along the road and see if we can spot them. White birch. Pretty fall colors on the white oak. Ah, here we are.
Huh.
Wild apple tree. The time for wild apples is the last of October and the 1st of November. I make a great account of these fruits, wild flavors of the muse, vivacious and inspiring. You can see at this time of year the apples have grown big and ripe, so this is a great source of food. I'll just fill it from there. And that was the wild apple tree. We'll add that to our list. Malus domestica. See some more of them back there. Alright. Rest up here. And continue earning money from Emerson.
Ah, hello.
Good afternoon.
Where are we at? 96-36 now. Yeah, it'd be wonderful if the game actually, at $100, triggered that achievement, but as I said, it won't. We could get lucky, but I doubt it. It's a 97.32. $7.83. $98.79.
Henry, there you are.
Good evening.
Didn't quite make it to 100 in this day. $99.27. Awfully close though. Turn to the journal one last time. So we added the loon and the wild apple this season, like early fall. And because the remaining tasks are going to be is going to involve less like looking at new species and things like that. As I said, like, you know, we're gonna get through late fall in the second playthrough, and then we'll have early winter, midwinter, and late winter to go through. And during that time, all that's really going to happen is I'm going to be like skating around on the pond, not as much life to be able to see. So I'm not going to create videos for those, but I will keep track if I run into any new species or any new interesting passages. You know, we'll make note that we've stopped here on this passage about the wild apples on page 117, and we can read any of the passages that I discover in the meantime. So like I said, I'm going to play through late fall, early winter, midwinter, and late winter, and then I will see you again in the spring when we can plant the next patch of beans and we can start earning the last of the money we'll need for the remaining achievements. Thanks again for joining, and we'll see you then.